It's official. Justin Trudeau has gone full wacko, full whack job, full dictator. There are growing concerns for politicians, apparently, here in Canada for their safety, for their security. Justin Trudeau does press conferences and interviews where he says that he fully supports free speech. It's our democratic right here in Canada. I know. Totally insane. It's almost like he's a professional, what's that word? Gaslighter. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, everybody. Before we get into it, I do want to encourage everyone to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet already. It does really help grow the channel. And just a soft reminder that this is Mr. Sunshine Extra, and I would super duper appreciate you guys showing the same love for this channel as you do the other ones. Speaking of wacko, we do have, again, limited edition, very short amount of time left and very few of these left in stock. Wacko Trudeau has to go stickers. Get yours before they all disappear. We have some amazing news to start off this video. Just as I have predicted, and I've been saying this for weeks now, the Conservative Party of Canada's polling is really paying off. Look at this. They are now projected. They've gone up. They skyrocketed. Folks, I check this every single day and I show it in my videos. They were just at 211 seats projected. They're now at 220 seats projected with a bottom line of 192. As you can see, the Liberals are going down. The Bloc is going down. NDP is going down. Conservatives are up 4 points. Liberals are down. NDP is down. Everybody is going down. And the only people going up are the Conservatives. It's almost like, I don't know, maybe what the Bloc says, no one trusts. Maybe what the NDP spews, no one believes. And maybe every single breath of air that the Liberals take is a waste. They are ruining our country. It's absolutely horrible what's happening, man. Let's solve the affordability crisis by, I don't know, increasing taxes. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Speaking of things that don't make any sense, we've got Jagmeet Singh, who's doubling down on his threat. Remember, he made a threat. He gave a threat, a warning, final warning to Pierre Poilievre the other day at the start of the weekend. So now he's saying on X, this weekend, I gave Pierre Poilievre an ultimatum, 48 hours to stop blocking access to birth control for women and Canadians. Today is the deadline. We can withdraw or we'll stop him. Or sorry, he can withdraw or we'll stop him. He's going to learn never mess with women's rights in Canada again. I don't know why I'm reading it like that. I'm just really into this whole drama. Jagmeet Singh, protect pharmacare from conservative attacks. You know, this is super controversial. The whole like birth control for women. I mean, sex is a choice, right? Sex is a choice. And look, hey man, where's the free condoms for men? I don't know. Maybe they're there, maybe they're not. Last time I checked, last time I ever went to the store and had to get condoms, I had to pay for them. So why not offer like free tampons or free pads for women? Why birth control? Why does it have to be that? I don't know. That's just an idea. Look, I'm not saying that I have the solutions to that. I do think that Jagmeet is even worse than Justin Trudeau because he's chosen this lifestyle. Justin Trudeau has been groomed, indoctrinated, brought up into this lifestyle through his father, through his family, right? His father was previously prime minister. So Jagmeet is actively choosing to be, I don't know, what's that word? A dickwad? Anyways, let's take a look at the next video here. Yeah, Global News reporting growing security concerns for politicians in Canada. I don't really think so. I don't think so at all, but let's take a look at this video.
And spike the hike.
It's the latest political tactic by the Conservatives to push back on the carbon tax. Protests at Liberal and NDP constituency offices, organized by Conservative members, part of a deliberate strategy.
We are going to start a massive pressure campaign in Parliament, but you need to back me up on the ground. How many will organize protests out of Liberal constituency offices to pressure them to do the right thing?
But the latest round of protests raising concerns from the Sergeant-at-Arms, the official in charge of keeping parliamentarians safe. Global News obtained an email sent to all 338 MPs saying they should have a locked door policy at their constituency office. If an appointment with a constituent is necessary, members or their employees should consider virtual meetings for the foreseeable future.
If they need help with immigration issues, if they need help with, their taxes or any of those services that my team provide to our constituents, they won't be able to access those tomorrow.
I have a panic button that I take around with me.
That's Toronto area Liberal Pam Damoff,
What?
MP to decide not to run in the next election due to the political climate.
The tone in Parliament and the toxicity out there is it's just not something I want to be part of anymore.
So that is true. This MP, this Liberal MP right here, has jumped ship. She's resigned from her position. She will be taking off, around the next election. I'm surprised that she hasn't just literally hung up the towel now and gone to do other things and step back completely right now. But she is stepping back sometime in the very near future. And the whole thing has been around misogyny and toxicity within politics. Look, I don't think I've ever, and I don't condone harassment or obviously stalking is horrible and, name calling and all that stuff to any federal MP. I don't condone any of that. I don't think it's good, right? They're humans and they should be criticized properly through the right channels, through the right means. However, when you look at who is getting attacked versus who isn't, it seems to be the NDP, like Jagmeet Singh and other federal NDP MPs are being heckled wherever they go, as well as Liberals, obviously, right? Crystia Freeland, Justin Trudeau. I don't think I've really heard of Pierre poilievre or other conservative MPs being attacked. It's almost as if the people that are directly responsible for screwing our country, for screwing over 41 million people plus, right? For making life absolutely miserable, for ignoring what the majority of the population has to say and what their wants and needs are, that those people are being publicly, socially held accountable. I don't know, Pam, maybe it's because you're a Liberal and you're part of the problem that people criticize you, and anything that crosses that line into, things that are illegal. Obviously, I don't condone that, but I do think that these people need to take a really good hard look at themselves in the mirror and think, am I doing the right thing or am I part of the problem? Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree with that and why. Let's take a look at the rest of this video here.
Just conservative tactics.
Mr. Speaker, the leader opposite is showing us exactly what shameful, spineless leadership looks like.
He seems to want to burn everything down. It's a pyromaniac poilievre.
Members of all parties routinely use unparliamentary language inside and outside of the House of Commons.
I think all members of Parliament should do well to live by the norms of decency and civility and democracy.
To help facilitate additional security, the House of Commons will pay for the RCMP or local police to protect MPs, according to La Presse, to deal with an increasingly polarized political climate.
I don't know. I think that this is look, I can't say if they do or don't feel safe. Of course, I'm not them and I'm not in their shoes. However, I feel like maybe they should just listen to the people instead of, actively and continuously screwing people over. They should just listen. Be like, why are Canadians angrier than ever? This has never happened. You've never had this, first of all, division here in Canada, but this outrage for any current government. It's never, ever been seen or done to this level and scale. And I do personally think, and there's actual data to back up, that this is going to increase or get worse. There's a rise in protests. There's a rise in Trudeau protests, whether you're part of the freedom community and you're going axe to tax, or whether you're a Palestinian supporter that's going, call a ceasefire, you stupid government. There are so many different protests from so many different angles that all have almost a unanimous thing. F Trudeau. And I do think that the closer we get to election, the worse things are going to get for the Liberal Party. I think that they've really positioned themselves. In a horrible spot. And the main person to blame is this guy right here, Justin Trudeau. In this video, Justin Trudeau underscores the importance of free speech. And I've got this attachment here on my browser. You can actually see the dislikes. It's got 248 likes, 4.4 thousand dislikes. Trudeau, listen to the people. And walk out of Parliament and never come back. Resign, buddy. Come on, Justin, do the right thing and resign.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau visited Toronto's Holocaust Museum to mark Holocaust Remembrance Day.
This year is particularly difficult because of the events, the horrific attack of October 7th, which led Jews in Israel and around the world. Really.
Israel's subsequent war on Hamas, though, has resulted in the deaths of thousands of Palestinians, and that in turn sparked protests around the world, protests that recently spread to North American universities.
My message for the American students is that we are extremely proud, and their protests and their solidarity with Palestine and with Gaza.
I just need to pause this for a second. Did anyone notice how the media since October 7th has changed how they word things? It used to be Hamas's invasion or brutal attacks on Israel. And this reporter just said Israel's attacks on Hamas. Now that wording, it like on the surface, it's like, oh, okay, sure. Yeah. They're both attacking each other. Like, quite literally, objectively, they are both attacking each other. But that subconscious, that programming of now almost making Israel seem like the bad guy against Hamas and almost glorifying Hamas. I'm not here to say one side or the other is good and one side or the other is bad. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that Hamas has quite literally been deemed as a terrorist organization almost unanimously by the entire world, right? It's just very interesting. These little subtle things. You gotta pay attention to that. And that's what I'm here for, folks. That's what I'm here. I got that ear. I got that fine ear for this stuff because that's the programming that the media is doing. And because they're talking, they're trying to paint a good light around these Palestinian protests, they've just switched the wording. It's no longer Hamas attacking Israel. It's Israel attacking Hamas. And that's why the Palestinian protests are erupting. It's very key to notice these things.
Gave us a glimpse of hope.
But recent protests on some university campuses have increased concerns about the safety of Jewish students, which in turn has sparked some counter-protests, like this one in Toronto Sunday.
We are here today to show solidarity for our students, the students of the Jewish community, all students as well, who deserve to be studying in a safe environment, free from hate and free from intimidation.
Elsewhere, some protests have veered into anti-Semitic hate, like this one recently at the Vancouver Art Gallery.
Long live October 7th!
Trudeau, like many political leaders in the West, has defended the right to protest, but has criticized speech he says causes harm.
Actions by Hamas are horrific, need to be condemned along with anyone who glorifies those actions.
The government believes some of that hateful speech springs from ignorance. And so, in the recent federal budget, it set aside $5 million for Holocaust education and remembrance programs to teach young people about the Nazis' systematic campaign during the Second World War that killed 6 million people.
Because what we really want to tell is the truth, what happened to us and how it all began.
There appears to be much work to do. A 2019 poll found that 1 in 5 Canadians did not know about the Holocaust.
As time goes on, fewer and fewer young people will be able to hear directly from it.
Oh no, don't worry, Justin. So long as you are in power, so long as Justin Trudeau is in power, Canada will be apparently glorifying, without our consent, let me add, Canada will be glorifying Nazis, right? Because just a few freaking months ago, this dickwad right here who sits with his legs always too close to one another, he has invited a Nazi into Parliament and awarded him with Canada's honor. Good job, buddy. You fought against the Russians. And now he has the audacity to sit here next to Jewish people and talk about the Holocaust. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. We're living in bizarro world, wacko world, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I think that Justin Trudeau, and he's going down in history. He's going down in history as the worst motherfucking Canadian that we've ever seen ever. He has been a dictator. He's invited a literal Nazi into parliament, and then he gaslights people. He's increased taxes beyond what anyone could even think. When you think of, remember when you're a kid and you're trying to count as high as you possibly can, and then you lose, you're like, what comes after 749? I don't know, right? Like when you're like a little kid, when you're learning stuff. You think that Justin Trudeau wouldn't be able to increase taxes anymore, and then all of a sudden it's like, I don't possibly think it could go any higher than 50%. Oh, 63%, 66%. Oh, what's next, Justin? Are we just not going to get paid and be on some sort of universal basic income? Uh-oh. Spoiler alert, that seems to be where we are headed. You will own nothing and you will be happy, because just like the sticker says, Justin Trudeau has been penetrated by Klaus Schwab. Real words not taken out of context. Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, that's where we are going to end this video. I'd love to know what you guys think down below in the comments of our freaking wacko dictator, Justin Trudeau. On your way out, I would really like to encourage you guys to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.